In the Colorado Rockies, there are thousands of mountain peaks, and nobody could climb them all. Too many. But there are 53 mountain peaks that are over 14,000 feet, and many avid hikers try to climb all 53 14ers. Well, that's what we're doing with the information in the Bible. We're looking at only the 14ers because that's a manageable amount of information. But if you have mastered the 14ers, you'll have the basic information you need for hiking the smaller peaks. You see, details take on greater significance when we see them in relationship to the whole. So that's what I mean when I say, if you'll give me 15 minutes a day for 30 days, I'll give you an understanding of the Bible. No, you won't understand all the details, but you'll understand the broad strokes. And that understanding will enable you to find your way around in the Bible and feed yourself from the Bible better than you could before. It can launch you on a journey of mastering the Bible so well that the Bible masters you. The historical books cover 12 eras as the story of the Bible unfolds. In the Old Testament era, there is the creation era, the patriarch era, the Exodus era, the conquest era, the judges era, the kingdom era, the exile era, the return era, and the silence era. Then in the New Testament, there is the gospel era, the church era, and the missions era. If this is all new to you, it'll all make more sense as we unpack some of the details in the study. These are just a way of organizing the material into larger categories to make it easier to master. So, today, we can just get started by looking at the creation era in the first book of the Bible, Genesis. It tells the broad strokes of the beginning of life on earth, and it falls into 4 subcategories: the story of creation, the fall, the flood, and the Tower of Babel. In the story of creation, God spoke the universe into existence ex nihilo, out of nothing. He said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And in the same way, God created the heavens and the earth, all the plants and animals, and finally, Adam and Eve. And God saw that it was all very good. After God created Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, He gave them the freedom to do whatever they wanted in the garden, except eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So, what did they do? They ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The devil came along and deceived Adam and Eve into doubting God's benevolent intentions toward them and convinced them that to be completely happy, they had to take things into their own hands. So, they ate from the forbidden tree, which was a sin. And as a result of this act of doubt and disobedience, sin entered the world. And because of the cataclysmic effects of this decision, this is called the fall of humanity. As time went on and the population of humanity increased, sin also increased. So that eventually, the Bible says that the thoughts and intentions of people's hearts were only evil always. In fact, there came a time when God could only find 8 people on earth who were willing to live in a righteous relationship with Him: Noah and his immediate family. So, God performed radical surgery on the human race, removing the cancerous tissue, as it were, and leaving behind the healthy tissue to restore itself. And He did this by sending a worldwide flood, which destroyed all of humanity except for Noah and his immediate family, who were saved on the ark. The floodwaters receded, and Noah and his family reestablished themselves on the earth, and as their descendants multiplied, God had instructed them to spread out, inhabit, and civilize the entire earth. Instead, humanity stayed all together in one place and conspired to build a monument to themselves that celebrated their independence from God, the Tower of Babel. So, because God didn't want them to stay together in one place, He caused the people of the earth to begin speaking different languages. Now, because they couldn't understand each other, They couldn't work on this common project, so the people of the different languages dispersed and formed the beginning of the nations of the world as we know them today. Well, that's the summary of the first era, the creation era. As we talk our way through the rest of the eras in later sessions, the story will unfold, enabling you to see the whole story of the Bible from 35,000 feet.